The best fences, collars, and training, even the most obedient pets can slip the leash once in a while. You know what I mean. So what do you do when your best friend goes missing? Well, first of all, don't panic. Our next guest has some tips if you have one of those not-so-great days. Ed Herman is with the law firm Brown & Crouppen. He's got 2 dogs that he loves dearly. How are you, Ed?
I'm doing well, yeah. And I've been through this because my little dog, Pearl, is so tiny that she can get through the fence, things. And we have to put one of those bumpers around her neck, a little puppy bumper. You can buy them online.
So she doesn't fit through?
So she doesn't fit through.
I've never seen that before.
Oh, yeah. I've got a funny video I'll show you later. I mean, I just installed this huge fence on this yard, and I was like, finally, the dogs are contained. And she just looked it over, and next thing you know, she squeezed her little body right through there.
Wow. So
that was money well spent.
Here's what you always hope for. You hope that a fellow animal lover is going to find the dog, and what's the first thing they do? They pick up the dog and they look for tags.
Right.
It's unbelievable how many people don't take the simple step of getting the tags.
It's true. Only about 1/3 of people put tags on their dogs and cats, which is just crazy. Simple tag, you can get them at the pet store. They make them up. Just put their name, your number, and your name on it. That's it. That's all it really needs. No point in putting an address on and all that stuff. They'll call you. You'll figure out how to get your dog back. Also, a dog should always have their rabies tag on because people kind of freak out if they get a dog and they don't see that it has its rabies shot, and then they may not take all of the necessary steps that you want them to. Yeah. The other thing, of course, if you're not going to have tags on your dog, at a minimum, get your dog or cat microchipped. Because not only does every shelter have the microchip scanner, but most vets also have a microchip scanner. Right. And then they could just scan it and see exactly whose dog it is. I mean, that's the easiest way if that were to happen.
And it's like 35, 40, maybe $50 tops.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and they have special days where they'll do it for free and stuff just to get as many dogs and cats scanned. Make sure, too, on cats, I want to just point out that if they're wearing a collar, that's one of those cat safety collars, because cats do tend to get caught up in trees and bushes, and you don't want them accidentally kind of hanging themselves.
They want something on the blinds at home.
Right. They want something that they can kind of quick release.
So let's assume the worst here. Let's assume that that your feline or your Fido goes missing. What is the first thing you should do?
Start looking for the dog immediately. Don't wait around saying, well, the dog usually comes home. I mean, you got to put yourself like Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive. You got to set up a perimeter. How long is the dog gone? Where can it get to? Where are its favorite places? Get out there, start canvassing, split up, work the neighborhood, talk to people. Use social media. They have social media now set up to where if you have a lost pet, people can spread the word fast. Use people's ring cams. Your neighborhood watch on Ring Cam, you can basically send out alerts and put out alerts asking people, everybody, check your Ring Cams and see if you have any footage of this dog. Try to narrow down where the dog might be. And then, of course, the old-fashioned stuff, putting up signs, calling the shelters, at least calling the shelters right away and putting them on notice. My dog's missing. If you see this type of dog brought in, be aware that it may be mine. And there's usually just a handful of shelters in your area. Right. So if you just let them know, you at least can prevent the dog from maybe being mistaken or accidentally euthanized. But you have to act quickly on it obviously for the dog's safety. Faster you get on it, less likely they get hit by a car, less likely they get too far away.
Time is important in those situations. Thank you, Ed, very much. And say hi to Pearl and Rudy.
Pearl and Rudy. Shout out to Pearl and Rudy.
Dogs, I'm sure they're watching right now.
The best.
If you'd like to get in touch with Brown & Crouppen, you can call them anytime, 314-222-2222, or check out their website, getbc.com.